talking with dozens and dozens, maybe even hundreds and hundreds of parents, one of the that people have found most beneficial is to start examining those fears. Okay, so finding out first, where is that fear coming from? Is it from something that I was taught? Is it because something happened in my past? And most of us can kind of come up with, because we kind of will get that we have this fear, this deer in the headlights feeling, but then when you kind of start talking with people, you realize they really are only scared of maybe 3 or 4 topics, maybe even only 1 or 2 topics. So I think the first thing to do is examine your fears. Like, okay, is it that what am I afraid of? Am I afraid that my child is going to become too curious? Am I afraid that I'm going to say too much? Am I afraid to talk about something that is painful from my past? And really kind of first understand that fear. The next thing I would say that is very beneficial to most people is to talk with somebody about that. Now, if it's something terrible that has happened in our past, you might need a therapist to talk about that. But for a lot of people, talking with a friend or a partner about, okay, where should we begin? Get on the same page with your partner. Okay, this is where I think we need to talk about anatomy first, or I think we need to talk about protective information of helping our kids understand what a good touch is and what a bad touch is. So again, first, and also the benefit of talking with friends and family or a partner is that it gets your language going. Then you kind of start getting used to that language and talking. Most people that come into my home, like when we were writing these books, we have a few authors. Some of them were shocked at the discussions that I would have with my children, that I was so open and so frank in talking about something like orgasm or masturbation. But again, that is because we had done this for a very long time, and it was very comfortable for me. But that is because I had had years of this language, of that being part of my language. Saying penis and vagina was not intimidating in the least, but that is because I had talked with experts, talked with other parents, talked with so many people. So, and you don't have to do hours and hours of this. Sometimes having a 20, 30-minute discussion with a girlfriend or our partner just gets us ready. Oh, okay, boom. That's how we get that language going. I think another important thing is to have a plan. Now, I'm not saying create an event, because we don't want to create an event for the child in having a sex talk, because we want them to be able to recreate the experience of asking us questions later. But it's more just having kind of in the back of your head, okay, what are we going to talk about today? Maybe this is only going to be maybe a 5 or 10-minute conversation, especially if it is a younger child. That's not going to take a lot of planning, but having a plan in your head of, okay, I want them to understand these 2 principles. Maybe I'm going to talk about what's allowed in private and what's allowed in public. We're not naked in public, but maybe in our home it's okay to be naked. Or maybe it's okay to be naked in the bathroom, or whatever your family values. But again, having that in your head of, okay, what do I want them to understand? For an older child, it might be something bigger, like understanding sexting. But again, I'm having a plan ahead of time of, okay, these are the 2 or 3 principles I want my child to take away from this, to understand at the end of the conversation. So having that plan, something that has helped me personally, that maybe is not something I've researched with other people, but something that has helped me personally, is having a grand plan of, okay, what do I want my child to take away when they leave my house? What is, as I am helping them along in their sexual development, what is the grand plan? We sometimes get focused on the little to-dos, right? So like, we're going to talk about a list of topics later, the to-dos, but we really should focus as well on that to-be. What is the healthy picture I want? And that, I think, to me is less intimidating, because then I'm like, that's right. At the end of the day, I want my child to be a kind, compassionate, hardworking person. They don't have to know every single answer, and neither do I. And that's another principle is for parents, is give yourself a break. You're not going to be perfect. I've been doing this for years, and I am imperfect. Everybody I know, everybody on my board that has been doing this for a long time, that we've been practicing, that we've talked with other experts, everybody makes mistakes. So let go of perfection and go, that's right. I'm not going to do this perfect, but I'm going to do my best, and my child's going to know that I care about them. And I'm going to let those questions come back to me, and we'll see how it is. Finally, a last piece is, I know, again, as I have talked with so many parents, when I hear what they really feel awkward about, it's really very little. And I almost am wondering, I am wondering a lot, is this something that we have just been taught socially? Oh, this is an awkward conversation, so it's going to be awkward. It's not awkward. It is, to me, that is something that we have been taught in jokes on television shows and in movies. No one wants to talk to their mom or dad about sex. That is something that, as I've had with my experience with other people, that does not have to be our experience at all. This is something that we can look at as an opportunity, not as a have to. Oh, I have to. It's kind of, realizing, okay, am I getting my ideas of awkwardness because I was told by other people that this is going to be awkward? Or is it really awkward? There's certain topics that are going to be tough for each, and those are individual for each of us. Most parents I know do not want to talk about something like masturbation, right? That is something that most parents are scared to talk about. But simple things like anatomy, where babies come from, generally, once you get the ball rolling, not awkward at all. And I think that we need to change our mindset. That's right. This is different. Okay, I can do this. This can be fun. This can be interesting, and something that can be incredibly empowering for our kids and can totally bring you and your child closer together. That has been the best thing for me in my experience in doing this over the last few years. And the biggest benefit that I hear from other parents is they had no idea, and I had no idea, how close this would bring my kids and me together. Was by having these continued conversations. It created this atmosphere in our home where they knew they could ask me anything. And that has been the most wonderful experience for us, is my kids asking me some amazing questions.